So, today the shot routine, we've learned a whole bunch of shots, the ground shot, the shot of a high tee, chip shot, putting, greenside bunker, fairway bunker. And now it's time to take these skills to the course. Yes, a lot of people that come see me on the range, they get better at the range and they come back and they cry because they can't take the skills to the course. And we need to learn how to transfer these skills from the range to the course, and therefore we need to actually learn a complete new skill, which is called the shot routine. Inside the shot routine, it's more likely that these skills that you've learned come out naturally, right? Yeah. And what are these skills? Mental skills, emotional skills, organizational skills, and acceptance skills. It is a bit therapy today, yes. A lot of golfers say it's 90% mental and the other 10% is mental too. Yes and no, it's quite technical, but I think you guys have learned a lot of skills, and now it's time to get a little bit into the mental emotional side. So, let's get started. Pick your favorite club, please. Your favorite club. We're going to start with your favorite club. So what we'll do is I will explain a little bit real quick what the shot routine looks like. There is 3 specific locations that we have to own certain mental and emotional skills and focus skills. Some are more type A based, like analytical skills, and then there's more type B, more like artist, laissez-faire, letting go, kind of like more yoga-ish kind of skills. And then there's, again at the end, acceptance skills as well. So we're going to start with a certain location. This is the location right here. Right. By the way, we're going to hit shots from over here. Right. So this is where the ball should lies, and over here in this box, this is the so-called thinking box. And we have certain skills to manage here. And then over here, one step closer to the ball, a couple steps closer to the ball, over here is called the so-called action box. And then there's another box after we hit the ball, after we hold our beautiful finish. There's no physical location for this box, but there's a so-called acceptance box. It's in your head, it's in your soul. And if you repeat the process of thinking box, entering the action box and the so-called acceptance box, you really dive into the process of playing golf. And when you focus in life on the process, it's more likely that the results come to you rather than chasing the results, right? So you just give your best shot at every task at hand, right? So let's go back to the first box, thinking box. Thinking box, here is where you assess the lie. How far are we having to hit? Is it 100 yards, 120 yards? Is it downwind? Is it against the wind? Is it cold? Is it hot? How do you feel today? Do you hit every shot left? Maybe you aim right. What club do you have in hand? Are you supposed to hit the ground right now? Are you supposed to miss the ground with the driver? Are you supposed to finesse? What kind of setup do you have to have? And this is all of your planning starts here. Okay. Then once you're done with this planning, what you do is you put a check mark behind it and you say, I'm done with this, I'm going to trust it, and I'm going to take my master plan into the action box. And you basically hold on to the picture of your master plan in the action box. And what's normally happening, similar to life again, I always jokingly say, well, as you're entering the action box, the pirates want to take over your ship, meaning to distract you. Oh, I might miss this. Maybe you hear other people talking. Maybe you get scared of the shot all of a sudden because you have to hit over the water, etc., etc. As the pirates are trying to take over the ship and trying to distract you from your master plan, what you're doing is you're trying to actually hold on to this picture and really deliver the master plan to the action box relentlessly and just trust the process. Now that sounds easy on paper. It's not that easy. You have to practice it, right? After you hit the shot in the action box, whatever happens, it could be your first hole in one, it could be another shank, who knows, you have to go enter the acceptance box. In the acceptance box, you basically compare the action box, the thinking box with the action box result. And if you constantly compare, your body naturally tightens the gap, and the thinking box and the action box over time will get closer and closer together. So what you're planning is about to happen, more likely than not. This constant process in sports eventually delivers the ability to create flow, and flow in sports is the highest level of functionality. Right? So when somebody just does the 3-pointers all the time in a row, hands are running hot, that's because he or she was so dialed in the process. Okay, let's get started. 7-9 in hand. You two know what to do. You gotta hit the ground, you gotta hit the ground right spot, gotta hit the middle of the face. you have your swing thoughts, you have your feels, start planning now. I will give you exactly 10 seconds. And the reason, yeah, your eyes, right? Like what? Yes, the reason why I give you 10 seconds is because it forces you to think efficiently. The rules say you only have 45 seconds to hit a shot, right? So we're going to use 10 seconds to think, and then as soon as you're stepping over into the action box, I will give you 7 seconds to hit the ball. You have to make contact in 7 seconds. That's very nerve-wracking in the beginning, and as soon as you get the hang of it, you will actually not want to play golf any other way anymore because it feels so committed, it feels so fearless here. In the beginning, not so much. All right?
I have a question.
You have a question?
So, as much as I'm coming up with my mental plan here, can I do the physical?
Yes. Just because it's called the thinking box, it does not mean you have to stand still and think. You can do your moves, right? You can stimulate your swing to hit the ground, or when you have the driver in your hand, you can stimulate your swing to miss the ground. You want to kind of stimulate yourself towards your goals and what you have in mind for your master plan, right? You can swing hard if you need to swing hard. You can swing soft if you need to swing soft, right? You do whatever you want to prepare yourself here. Ready, set, go. 10 seconds to think. Not 10 actual seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hit and hold. Good, beautiful acceptance box. A little flustered, that's okay. Yeah, totally normal. I remember my first time having to do that, and it was like, holy moly, I'm not organized at all. Good. Back into the thinking box again. And this process will get more and more comfortable and natural, right? So I just have to repeat it 5 times. Once again, 10, and I will not say much. And 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hit and hold, except. Wowzers. Good. Okay, we're going to add key elements into this routine now, one thing at a time. Okay, the first thing I suggest the two of you do is start with a certain breath. About like you have 10 seconds in the thinking box, and use the last 3 to 4 seconds to do this. I'm going to go around so you see it. Could have your club. So you're in your thinking box, you prepare, you move, you think. This is the shot, this is the feel. And when I say about 4 seconds, what you do is you breathe into your nose. Your belly expands, so diaphragm breathing. You hold it for 1 second or 2, and then you let the complete breath come out over your lips slowly. So I'll do it one more time. You move, hold, and empty. And when it's empty, you go. Okay. If you time it right, it's about last 4 seconds. Then you go in. Yes, because it just grounds you a little bit. It calms you down, and it also makes you commit. Yeah. Taryn, put the golf ball in hand. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. 10 seconds to think. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So now breathe. Hold and go in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hit and hold. Whatever happens, happens. Beautiful.
More calm for sure.
More calm. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. And I can see the calmness in golfers walk in. There's people that are like, I'm scared. But you this time you walked in with more swagger, more calmness, more diva maybe, right? I don't know, more diva. But you looked more grounded. The next thing that we're going to do is, I'm going to just give you a better lie here real quick, is we're going to work with an intermediate target. So we're going to put another golf ball down here, and now what we're going to do is, this golf ball works as an intermediate target. So if you, for example, go down this line, you can see these 2 golf balls in line are with the yellow flag. Why do I have an intermediate target? Because I want you to actually stand exactly in line with this target, right? So I'm just going to go back here, and now when you do your breathing, you actually imagine railroad tracks so you can aim. So if you don't mind, give me your club, please. Thank you. What we're going to do is look at this target, and then we're going to use the second ball about 3 feet away to align your golf club face down this ball. Then you shovel your feet parallel to it as you normally do. Now you have an intermediate target to help you aim for the actual flag. Right? Makes sense?
Okay.
Right? So, and Alice will get another golf ball too. In the beginning we'll use golf balls, and then of course over time you can use a leaf or an old divot or any other marker that you could find 3 to 4 feet down here. Right? So,
You might actually do that on the golf.
yes. Yes. Yeah. So 10 seconds 10 seconds again, and what we're going to do is now, after you stop moving, as soon as you breathe, actually go exactly in line with this golf ball. So Alice, you'd have to go a little bit more here. That would be your last move, and that's where you do your breathing. Nose, but be careful. Right now you were breathing into your upper chest, more into your tummy, right? Good. So just do it 10 seconds. Your regular swings. Good. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Practice swings. Hit the ground. Hold your finish already. Good. 4. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. 2, 1. Go. Go in. 7, 6, 5. Align the club face. Look to the target. Align the club face and hit and hold. Whatever happens, happens. Nice. Good. Fantastic. How did that feel?
Good. I don't know if I'm like lined up with my target.
Okay.
I don't know why. It feels hard just like.
Yeah, so that was your first time doing that, right? So definitely what you want to do is look at your club face and then basically have it perpendicular over this
Like, is
side.
it right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yes. Good. Let's put the next piece into it. What I normally see people do is this. People go in with one hand on the club, and then they align just one hand, and then they fiddle around with the grip. That takes an extra 2 or 3 seconds. I find that like inefficient. What I suggest you to do, as you're in your thinking box and you do your breathing, you fix your grip here. That's a constant, and then you take your grip into it. You don't have to fiddle around with it anymore. You're done. Right? One less thing to think about, and that gives one less thing to think about is the confidence giver to pull the trigger earlier. And the quicker you feel ready to hit the shot, the better you'll feel about your shot. But if you're here and you like have to do all these things, it's very flustering. Right? So the next thing is, I think I've taught you this already, both of you, to fix the grip. So both of you are already walking in like that anyways, but I want to make sure that our viewers are seeing that. Right? So into your think box again, 10 seconds. Good. So I'm not going to count so much anymore. Behind the ball, Taryn. Good. Fix your grip. Good. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Go in. Beautiful. Synchronicity here. Look over the ball. Hit and hold. Whatever happens, happens. Beautiful shots. And they went straight over the 2 balls. They were very straight. Nicely done. Good. Have to put in one more ingredient into the perfect shot routine. You can of course also put other things in that you think you need for your routine. So when I write down my personal routine in a tournament, I actually have probably 30 steps in it that I really train. How many times am I looking? When am I breathing? It becomes quite robotic, right? Right now it's a framework, but these key elements I strongly suggest. But you can of course do other things. Right? You can take more time here, you can take less time here, whatever works. It doesn't have to be 10 seconds and 7 seconds. I suggest you practice in a shorter time so you're forced to do things more efficiently. And then of course on the course, don't hit shots within 5 seconds. Like if it takes you 8 to 9 seconds, that's great. But training should always be harder than the actual course. Okay, the last thing that we're going to put into our shot routine that I think is also a stabilizer and a confidence giver is, as you're walking into the shot and then you line yourself up, look at the ball, and you're about to hit the ball, in the last second before you pull the trigger into your takeaway, into your backswing, make yourself heavy into the ground. Right? Feel the ground connection. Right? I see a lot of people swing loosey-goosey, maybe they're a little bit back and forth, and then they pull the trigger when they're not grounded yet. And they swing hard, and when you swing hard and you have no ground connection, you're slippery, right? And then you're not stable, and then it's very difficult to have good hand-eye coordination. So let's go back in the think box. I'll help you again with the thought process. 10 seconds to think. 10 starts now. 9, 8, you can move, hit the ground, hold your finish. Beautiful. Create your feel. Beautiful, you do. So behind the ball, right? Fix your grip turn. There you go. Good. Breathe in, hold, go in. Good. Line yourself up. Perfect. And 3, 2, 1, heavy. There it is. And hit and hold. Wow. Honestly, you two looked so much more stable than before. These, I call them micro movements, these wobbliness, they completely disappeared. If somebody's wobbly, it's one hell of a job to play golf on a surfboard, right? So by grounding yourself, you're going to be more stable, and that is right away something that will give you much better hand-eye coordination, and then you can deliver the club face the way you want to, the way you know how to by now, with hitting the ground in the right spot, hitting the middle of the face, and then also the fourth principle of club face awareness, hitting the ball straight. Sweet! That was it. Well done.
I have a question.
Of course.
Obviously at the start it's easy for those pirates to take over. So
Yeah.
at what point would you stop your action box, go back to the think
Yes.
box and repeat?
Yeah, great question. So, these pirates, right now we're on a range, there's no consequences, there's no rough, there's no water, we're not losing golf balls, we'll just take another one, right? On a course, it's a different animal to tackle. So as soon as you're going in, what you'll find is, oh God, I might hit this golf ball out of bounds. It is your job in the action box, so the commitment basically, kind of the job of commitment consists of becoming aware of if the pirates are there, if they're talking to you, hey, out of bounds, water. And you have to kind of fight against them and override that thought process and put the good thoughts back in the forefront of your mind. Now, this is a matter of milliseconds and seconds. There's days it's harder to fight them, there's days that's easier to fight them. If you feel like you cannot conquer them and they're really screaming at you, hit a shank, hit top it, then you, of course, you have the right to go back and say, sorry guys, sorry ladies, I'm just going to take over again, start again my process. Now, don't do that too often. You will annoy your playing partners. But if the shot really means something to you and you're starting to play a tournament, or you play your best round and you just like hit this critical shot, it's fine. Right? Because this shot routine makes you already look so professional anyways, people respect that, so if you start over again, you have already the respect. And practice, never stop the process, because I'd rather see you pull the trigger here when the pirates are really talking to you, and that will actually make you more committed on the next one to never let them take over the ship ever again.
Yeah.
All right? So in practice, play golf with the pirates, and then if the shot really means something to you on the course, just start again if you have to. Most of the time, I would suggest you to beat them up here. Okay, sweet. So now we started with our favorite shot, with our favorite club. Now it's time to switch between all skills that we have today. Now today we're not going to practice bunker, but we're going to hit shots off a tee, shots off the ground, and our chip shot, our finesse shot, and we're constantly changing the skill now. So driver in hand, please. So just a quick reminder for two of you, the 4 principles of hitting a high tee ball most of the time. That's a driver. Miss the ground, number 1. And then number 2, the low point is on the right side, which is controlled by more side bend. Right? So more side bend is easier attainable if we hit the ball, if we stand a little bit wider apart. There you go, that we add more side bend. And the third and fourth principle stay the same. Hit the ball in the middle of face and hit the ball straight. Right? Control your face. Ready? 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Go behind the ball. Okay, fix your grip. Breathe in. Hold. Let's go in. 7, 6, 5. Line yourself up. Ground yourself and hit and hold. It's okay. That was fine. I have to applaud you though, Alice. You held your ending position. Good. It is stressful? Okay, one more time, driver, and then we switch back to our ground shots. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Good. Behind the ball. This one fell off. Good. Behind the ball. Breathe in. Breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4. Ground yourself and hit and hold. Wowzas! So what we did before was a whole bunch of block practice, which means we did the same shot, the same skill over and over and over again. Not only are you supposed to use the shot routine and practice the shot routine, but within the shot routine, let's go into variable practice, right? Variable practice means constantly changing the skill. Go back to your ground shot again, please. Put your 7-9 in there. We're going to leave the driver just out so it's handy, right? Here's your 7-9 again. Golf ball back on the ground. And leave the driver out so we have it handy. Good. Into your think box. 10 seconds. Hit the ground again. Change your mindset. Closer to the ball. Less side bend. Hit the ground. Hold your finish. Perfect. Good. Behind the ball. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go in. 5, 4, 3. Ground yourself and hit. Good shot. Back to the driver. And again, constantly change. Now it's quite challenging. I'll help you tee the ball up. There you go. Back to the driver. And 10 seconds. Behind the ball. And I don't have to count you anymore. You're doing the same thing over and over again now. Well done. And go in. And ground yourself. And hit and hold. Good. And it's totally okay to get a little confused, constantly changing the skill. Good. That's alright, but that's part of the course, right? Okay. Now we're going to actually use our finesse shot now. The chip shot. We're just going to hit a 10-yard chip shot. It's a lob wedge or a sand wedge. Alright? So we have to, what are our skills again on the chip shot? We narrow up our stance, we get some right side bend, and the shaft is not leaning forward or backwards, and we use our wrist more and spank the ground. Just like that. More spanky.
How close again?
Fairly close. So enough that your right shoulder stays comfortably high enough. Perfect. Good. In your think box. 10 seconds. Good. Behind the ball. Breathe in. And go in. 7, 6, 5. Narrow stance. Right shoulder high. Hit the ground. Hold a finish. Okay. Taryn, did you hit the ground? Okay, try again. So really, where did you lose the picture? It's kind of interesting now where you lost it. Did you not prepare it enough in the think box, or did the Pirates take over?
I think the Pirates.
Okay, damn the Pirates. Har. Okay, fight them back. Alright. There you go. 10 seconds to think. 1 or 2 practice swings. Spank that ground and really find that commitment. There you go, Taryn. Looks awesome. Behind the ball. And breathe in. And you're going to beat the Pirates now, Taryn. I know it. Go in. Good. Ground yourself. Hit the ground. Nice. There you go. No Pirates, or did you beat them up?
I beat them up.
Okay, good. Okay, back to the driver. And we'll do one more driver and one more ground shot, and that's it. And 1 or 2 practice swings, 10 seconds. Good. Do it one more time. Swing all the way through. Get your weight all the way into your full finish. All right, so especially in the think box, the last practice swing, go all the way around. Weight more forward and hands further away. There you go, all the way around. Knees more forward. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Behind the ball. Breathe in. Well done. As already ready. That's good. And line up. Ground yourself and swing all the way through into your finish and hold. Wow, look, these were parallel shots. Love it. Okay, one last shot. And this is the creme de la creme of quality practice. The last shot is the one that you take home. Whether it's good or bad, you have to sleep on it. Not that life and, it's not a matter of life or death for some people. But there's consequences out there, right? And one way to simulate these consequences is to hit one more shot in practice and say, that's it. I'm going to live with my result, right? Don't judge yourself on the result so much, but can you maybe do your best routine every day, your best thinking process, your best kicking the Pirates' butt in the action box process, and then your best finish position and your best LPGA Tour-like graceful finish with this little squint of your eyes, right? And that like fire, and then if you hit in hole one, perfect. If you don't, whatever, you did the best you can, and that's how you fall asleep sound tonight. One last one, 7-iron. And I'm not going to say anything anymore except count down now, okay? Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. How did you feel about that?
Good.
Good. Nice. You looked damn good. And that was awesome. Good. Thank you so much for module number 9.